Hey babes, welcome back to my channel and to another tea talk. I wanted to talk to you guys today about body image. How many of you have ever stood in front of a mirror and pinched your stomach or felt your thighs and thought, I hate this. I wish I could just cut it off and get rid of it. I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. I have known so many people, myself included, who have exhausted themselves with hating their bodies. And that exhaustion ranges from the literal physical exhaustion of going to extremes to change our body, over-exercising, dieting, starving ourselves, binging, hyper-focusing, to the mental and emotional exhaustion of the constant preoccupation and obsession and like the daily shit talking that we do to ourselves about our bodies. I guess the reason I wanted to film this video is because I don't hate my body anymore. I don't over-exercise anymore. I don't starve myself anymore. I don't binge anymore. I don't waste my time and my energy anymore on a vicious cycle of trying to achieve a standard of beauty that doesn't actually exist in real life. And that freedom and that peace feels so goddamn good that I want to share my experiences in the hopes that my journey and my thoughts and maybe even the act of just clicking on this video can contribute to someone out there breaking that cycle and no longer hating their bodies. May is also Mental Health Awareness Month, and for me, a huge part of my mental stability and health has been learning to stop hating my body. But we're going up against a lot here. So body image is twofold. It involves, one, our mental picture of what we think our bodies look like. And the second part is our attitudes about that mental picture, our thoughts, beliefs, feelings, emotions about what we think we look like. A healthy body image basically means that you are comfortable with the body that you have. It doesn't mean that you think your body is absolutely perfect and then you have zero insecurities, but it means that you accept your body for what it is right now and that you're committed to loving and taking care of it. Whereas a negative body image is one where you have a preoccupation with your perceived flaws, feelings of shame or disgust about what you think your body looks like, and doing unhealthy things to hide or alter your body at the expense of your own well-being. With all that being said, your body image is not something that fits neatly into one of those two boxes. Like, we all experience negative and positive feelings about our bodies. However, we exist in a world that profits off of our negative body image and therefore works tirelessly to increase our insecurities and worsen our unhealthy body image. We're not born with insecurities about our bodies. We are told to be insecure. I feel like we all know this, right? Like, we are all very, very aware of the fact that social media and marketing and all of that really messes with our body image. We know that the images we're seeing are not real, we're aware it's photoshopped, we're aware that it's Facetune, and yet we still somehow internalize it. And those messages affect us every single day, even if our brains are like, that's fucking bullshit. It's become an ingrained habit to hate ourselves, right? Every time we look in the mirror, it's an immediate, ugh, oh my god, you know, and like, it's crazy. The problem isn't with our bodies. I feel like if we were just left to our own devices and didn't have all this conflicting messaging being fed to us all the time, we would probably just do what is right for our bodies naturally and go about our sassy little ways feeling great about ourselves and our bodies. But we tell ourselves these narratives about how imperfect we are. We drown ourselves in self-hatred and spend so much time, energy, and money on trying to fit into this Kardashian social media bullshit standard of beauty that doesn't even really exist. The world is not going to reform tomorrow. We can't rely on people who profit off of our low self-esteem to create healthy spaces and healthy messaging. So that leaves us with one option, and that is to change it for ourselves. To rewrite that narrative, to create new habits within our own minds and with what we do on a daily basis. We've spent a lot of time hating our bodies, but it's about damn time that we started loving our bodies, being committed to caring for them, and doing what's right for ourselves. Okay, so how did I do it, right? Like, how did I go from being one of the many who's super affected by all that messaging to no longer hating my body and actually loving and caring for it? I don't have a perfect answer for that. The bottom line for me is really that you need to change the narrative. So you need to change what you're telling yourself every day, and just like you developed a bad habit of every time you look in a mirror being like, oh, disgusting, like whatever, slowly start to incorporate more positive things or neutral things. You don't even have to be positive. For me, that was a huge thing, was that instead of saying something negative, I couldn't be like super positive, didn't feel authentic. For a long time, I just started saying neutral things. Like, I have a body. And this body, what can this body do? This body can walk, this body can run. There are many people out there who do not have that privilege, and so let me honor my body a little bit more. That took me a while. That still is a struggle for me. I'd rather be saying something neutral than negative because it's much less exhausting. And then it was almost less exhausting than trying to go from super negative to the super positive. It just felt cringy. Like I was like, like what, I'm supposed to like all of a sudden just like love everything about my body that I've hated for like my entire life? Pfft, not gonna happen. I started with small things like that, just being grateful for what my body could do instead of being like, am I skinny enough? So next time you catch yourself saying something negative, saying something about how much you hate yourself, like say something neutral. Say something positive if you can. None of this was easy, but it's way better than hating myself every day. Like, I'll tell you that much. I take my clothes off in front of strangers several times a week. And you know, the idea of like hating my body while doing that, you guys, it was such a mind fuck. I couldn't even tell you how hard and damaging it was to be like, and then being like, oh my God. I do think being a burlesque performer really helped me develop more confidence in my body. Seeing these other people with confidence, they're doing it. Their bodies don't look anything like mine. My body doesn't look anything like theirs, but we can all be killing it. So, where was I? I'm just rambling at this point. It feels so good to stop hating your body, and I wish that for all of you. Like, I wish that for all my vixens and like all the girls I've ever dated who like hated their bodies. Am I gonna make it through one video without crying? I guess not. Anyway, they also inspired me to stop hating my own body, and I hope that this video helps you, and I hope that you look at yourself in the mirror today and think something neutral. Think something positive. Like, could you imagine how different the world could be if girls stopped hating their bodies? I gotta get going, but thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.